The 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg is on the air. A very good evening, everyone. Todd Robbins alongside John Gough for the start of the 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg. Live from the Wallace Civic Center, the beautifully now renovated Wallace Civic Center. And we get set for action tonight. We start the 17th season with the Fitchburg Mcdonagh Red Raiders playing host to the Green Wave of Hudson Catholic. Introductions going on right now, and I welcome in John Gough. John, I'll tell you a big difference. I've been off 5 years from Hockey Night in Fitchburg. Big difference in the renovated Wallace Civic Center.
Oh, absolutely.
The one that I was at 5 years ago.
Absolutely, Todd. This is a remarkable looking facility here. It is completely different from the Wallace Civic Center of even last year. It is brighter, it is cleaner, it is neater. It is a beautiful place to take in a hockey game. It's
amazing what a can of white paint will do for you. We get set with the Red Raiders 3-0-1 coming into the matchup. The Green Wave struggling a bit. They're 0-3, and I'll tell you, Hudson Catholic's program's been struggling, but 2 seasons ago they merged with Keefe Tech. They've had problems with that paying dividends. They lack players in the program. Only 2 lines of skaters they're going to go with tonight on offense. John, it's trouble when you're trying to play a hockey season, which is a long 20-game season, if you can't field a full team.
Absolutely, Todd. Hockey is a game where lines are constantly changing in and out every 5 minutes sometimes. And if you have only 2 lines of attackers, that really limits what you can do, how long your players can endure.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the Red Raiders are having quite the season, 3-0-1 to start. Before we get that far, we're going to have to pause for the national anthem. Puck drop comes next. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. So as a new calendar goes up on the wall, we wish you a happy new year and the start of the 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg, right here on FATV. Todd Robbins alongside John Gough as we get set for action, the Green Wave and the Red Raiders. And John, before the anthem there, we were talking about the success the Red Raiders have had in the early season. 3-0-1 coming in. Their last game, a 4-3 win over a tough Murdoch Blue Devil team. They trailed by 2 at the second intermission, came back with 4 goals in the third period, including 3 goals in less than 1 minute. An explosive offense for the Red Raiders when they show up.
Certainly, Todd. Anytime you can score 3 goals in 1 minute, you certainly have an explosive, capable offense that's never really out of any game.
Tonight they're going to go with their backup goaltender. Dan Finn will get the start, the sophomore from Fitchburg High. This is a combined Fitchburg Mcdonagh program. On the other side, the Green Wave will start Andre Cynical.
Now, Todd, last year there was a bit of controversy regarding the naming of the Fitchburg Mcdonagh team. We were calling them the Red Raiders, at times the Bulldogs. We even called them the Red Dogs, infamously, for one broadcast. Can you shed some light on the situation?
We certainly will. We are underway with action as we start the first period. We'll get to that at the first puck stoppage. Puck caught in the near corner now, wrapping toward the back dasher. Shoved off the play there. Nice defensive play by Duplessis as it rings around the board far side. The Red Raiders back on end. They will swing it around their defensive end, trying to get the puck out of their zone. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV, just underway here. the Red Raiders and the Green Wave. Puck comes in on Flynn, and he will freeze it. And that'll set up a face-off to his stick side right. To answer your question, John, throughout the entire time I was doing Hockey Night in Fitchburg, way back when, about 5-6 years ago, it was the Bulldogs. Because my understanding was the merged agreement between the two schools was they would wear the Fitchburg colors and they would use the mascot from Monty Tech, which hence the Bulldogs. That somewhere along the way got lost, and they have recently, I was just corrected tonight by Mike LeClaire of the Sentinel and Enterprise, who tells me that he's been informed that they are the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. That is approved by the two schools. Shot on net, backhand through the crease, goes all the way across as the Red Raiders start to attack on offense. Again, a very young Green Wave squad, troubled even fielding a squad from season to season, but thus far they seem to have enough skaters. We'll see as the action develops tonight. Puck along the back end, trying to flip it out are the Green Wave. They can't clear their zone, caught in the left circle. They'll hit a lead man pass. It's 2-on-2, down the ice they go. Hudson will dump the puck and make a change. Grabbing control there is Jellison. Jellison sends it up ice on the lead man pass for Gough. Bouncing puck through Neutralize. They try to knock it down. Duplessis jams it back up the line. Gough will dump it in, and Fitchburg will change behind the play.
A little bit of confusion on the last line change from Hudson, Todd. It looked as though Campbell was trying to get a pass off to Feeney, but Feeney was actually going to the bench for a change, and Hudson lost the puck.
Yeah, and they didn't dump it deep enough in the zone. They got caught in their own change. It didn't cost them. Puck wraps around the backside. Green Wave still trying to clear their zone. Puck jammed back down in along the back dasher, and around it goes. Coming back to the near side, it's Tolman. Up the near wing, just out of the reach of Gamble, who can't keep it in. And he'll take it back to his defensive zone. It's Gamble and Hagburn. Heads it up toward the blue line there for Tolman. Tolman centering pass off the side of the net, no good. One-time shot, knocked down as well. And Cynical doing a nice job to hold his net. Barry controls along the near wing, and he'll clear it for the Green Wave. Ford lost the handle, back into the zone for the Green Wave, and on the attack, it's Eric Ledger for the Red Raiders. Around the net it goes, knocked down there by Tolman. Bouncing puck, spinning on end. And the Green Wave managed to clear their zone. Dumped back in, though, immediately by Gamble, and the Red Raiders will change behind the play. All 5 members of the Green Wave in the defensive zone trying to get the puck out. They dump it right into their own line change along the near boards, and it's sent back down by Gamble. Around the net it goes Lewis for the Green Wave, grabbing it there, ringing around the boards, finds a lead man. They will clear their zone, 2-on-2 going the other way. Finn near side down the left wing, shot on net, kick save for Finn. And around to the corner it goes far side. Green Wave looking for a centering pass, puck bouncing back toward the blue line and dump back out to Neutralize it goes. Raiders heading after it, puck heading length. It is clear and they'll continue to play. Looking for a centering pass there. No Raider home, and down the length of the ice it goes. They say it was deflected at Neutralize, so there'll be no icing. Finn will play it behind his own net. Finn for Duplessis. Duplessis has to change his direction, go out the far side. Finds the lead man there. It looked like Gamble. Carried out, thrown off the play. It's Bergeron. Bergeron dumps it in on Cynical, who'll play it away. The Raiders change 3 behind. And now look like Gough will continue to keep the action in. Puck caught in the near corner. Pursuing there was Lawrence. Centering pass knocked down and sent back toward Neutralize. Kept in there nicely by Newcomb. 10:40 to play, first period, no score here from the Wallace Civic Center. The Red Raiders and the Green Wave. John, a lot of back and forth action in the early part of the first period.
Absolutely, Todd. Neither team has really controlled the pace of the action so far. Fitchburg does seem to have an advantage, but it's not an overwhelming one.
Duplessis dumps it behind the Green Wave net. The defensive pair changes for the Raiders, and they'll join the offense on the attack. 3 men already in the zone. Back up to the top of the wing. It was Jellison. Dumped it in on net. Pinned there by Cynical as he makes the chest save, and he'll tie it up for a draw. 10-10 left first period.
Absolutely, Todd. Very nice save there by Cynical. He was screened by not only one of his own members, but a Fitchburg player as well. The looping shot, he was able to follow it and catch it in his glove hand.
Draw to his glove side left is Cynical. Raiders win the draw, and they keep the puck in. Nice check there by Jellison. Along the back dash, a Green Wave work it out. Nice hip check there made by Conrad. And the puck will bounce off the far wing, thrown on net, sticked away easily by Cynical, and up the near wing it comes. They chip it back down with control. Chris Jellison. Jellison lost it. Flynn looking for the handle. Centering pass on the give and go. Backhand top of the slot shot, and it is a save by Cynical. And he'll hang on for the draw coming up to his right. Cynical has done a nice job under duress with most of the action in his offensive end.
So far, Todd, yes, he has. Cynical's managed to keep all of the pucks out of the net so far. It was a very nice job there by the Fitchburg attacker to get off a backhanded shot after he missed the initial forehand opportunity.
Raiders win the draw, chip it down to the far corner. Chris Jellison into the corner, working against Casey. Puck will squirt loose, coming to the near corner now. Chipped around, heading in the other direction. It's Gaudreau. Looking at the mid-board. Can't seem to swing it out. Keep it off the near wing. Nice chip backhand pass. Looking for Conrad. Conrad. Looking top of the slot, nowhere to go. Puck squirting loose. Never made it to Cynical, and the Green Wave clearing into their own corner.
Nice job there by Casey of Hudson Catholic to keep the puck away from his goaltender.
Puck control by the Raiders at Neutralize. They'll take it in. Top of the slot. Wrist shot wide to the left.
Good skating there by Chris Jellison as he was able to evade two Hudson defenders and get the shot off.
Jellison continues to control the puck into the far corner. Pulls it loose against two Green Wave defenders. And he'll drop a nice no-look backhand pass into the far corner.
Looked like Laguerre was trying to do the same no-look pass, and he just lost the puck.
Centering pass into the center of the slot. Can't get the handle for Gaudreau. And the loose puck comes all the way back to Barry at Neutralize, dumping for the Green Wave. They change part of their line behind. They change three. Two guys staying on the attack. It's Porter on a centering pass. Backhand shot. Finn with the blocker save, and he'll dive on it to tie it up for a draw.
Interesting to see what Hudson Catholic does here with a face-off in the Fitchburg end, Todd. So far, most of the action has been on the right side of the screen in Hudson Catholic's end. Hudson Catholic needs to press the advantage and give their goaltender a bit of a breather.
Draw goes to no one in particular. Green Wave able to keep it in. They'll chip it into the far corner. Working from the mid-board, now back out to Neutralize. Down the far wing it goes. Check off the play there, but keeping right on the pursuit, it's Gamble. Looking for a centering pass. He lost the handle as well. Nervous action here in the early going. Guys losing the puck as they take it in on net.
So far, Todd, seems like no one's really gotten the handle of this game yet.
A little give and go feed. Poked in on Cynical, and he steers it away to the backside of the net. 7:45 left first period. Still no score here on Hockey Night in Fitchburg. Steve Miller sends it to the top of the slot. Shot through the crease and around to the near side. Ford tried to get it for the Green Wave. Delayed offside signal, now cleared. And the Raiders back in on the attack. Feed up front through the slot. Backhand missed as well. Two opportunities there. Both Tolman and Miller missed it.
Miller had looked like an open net, basically, and he just couldn't hit the target.
Centering pass into the slot. Two Green Wave defenders there, able to jam up the action, and the loose puck goes to the far corner. Right out to the blue line, kept in by the defense. Hagberg did a nice job. Raiders change a couple behind the play. Flying in on the near side is Gamble joining the action. He keeps it into the near corner, right side. Bouncing puck will head around the net. It's Bergeron. Pinned up against the boards. Bergeron loses his stick. Gets loose of a check, and the Green Wave come out with a loose puck. Feed lead for Ford, missed it. And the Raiders will dump all the way down ice from left to right. That'll draw an icing call. Draw will come all the way back down ice to our left.
I mentioned before the last faceoff, Todd, that Hudson Catholic needed to keep the puck in the Fitchburg defensive end of the zone, and yet they simply couldn't do it. All of the action there was in Hudson Catholic's end, and if this continues, Hudson Catholic is going to have a very hard time keeping Fitchburg off the board.
We'll say Dan Finn has been relatively untested. He makes his fourth save there on the fourth Green Wave shot of the night. Bouncing puck works its way out to Neutralize. Off the near boards. Into the zone it goes. Raiders trying to play with the puck, get it out of their defensive end. They do dump to Neutralize. Little pirouette move there by Campbell for the Green Wave. And it'll saucer all the way down ice and behind the net.
And once again, we see the action going into Hudson Catholic's end of the ice.
Raiders trying to find the handle. That's Kobashian as the ball goes Puck goes back out to Neutralize. Wow, has it been a layoff from Hockey. Around the back of the net it goes with 5:50 left in this first period of action. Puck will go through to the lead man and down to the Raider blue line. Nothing there, and the Green Wave will eventually make the dump. It's Kojo dumping the action in.
The Green Wave did get a jump, but A.J. Feeney would have been offsides if he played the puck, so Hudson lost it.
2-on-1 for the Raiders. Shot snap through the glove and over the net. They keep control, though. Loose puck centering to the slot and dumped back out to Neutralize by the Green Wave. Good, clean action here in the first period.
Absolutely, Todd. Very fast-paced action. No goals, no penalties. Clock's flying right by.
Duplessis finds the lead man through the pads of Cynical, but it steers away from the end line. Puck ends up back at Neutralize. 2-on-2, and the Green Wave will dump, and now the chase. 3 change behind the play. Into the far corner. Loose puck coming up to the midboard. Green Wave backhand it back in to keep it down. Grabbed there by Newcomb. He'll come cross ice near side. Finds Pierce. Pierce looking to center. Nobody home, and the Green Wave dump it back out to Neutralize.
So far on the offensive end for Hudson Catholic, Todd, it's almost a case of one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. I've seen one Hudson Catholic player many times push a pass through to no one in particular because the man he was intending it to go to has gone elsewhere.
Easy shot steered away by Cynical. Loose puck in the slot. A nice diving play there for the Green Wave. That was Lewis to clear the puck back to Neutralize. A dump and chase for the Raiders. They change all 5 as the Green Wave go back in their defensive end and collect the puck. Barry knocks it down in his defensive blue line. Centers to Neutralize. Raiders will grab control. It's Gaudreau. Gaudreau 3-on-1. Shot, score! Gaudreau pulled the trigger low and away from Cynical and threw it right by him for the early 1-0 Raider lead.
Very nice work by Gaudreau, Todd. He picked out his spot in the net and he hit it absolutely perfectly.
Gaudreau did it all by himself, too. He picked up the puck at Neutralize and then carried it down. He had 2 other players with him, and nothing there.
Well,
nice job, snap it low and away.
Hudson Catholic was caught in a bit of a transition, Todd. They were trying to get the puck on the offensive end. Gaudreau picked it off, only had 1 man to beat before he was able to get the shot off.
1-0 Raiders. About 4 minutes left here in the first period of action. Raiders looking to turn their advantage, come to the near side, find Conrad. Conrad sends the puck ringing around to the far side where Gaudreau, the goal scorer, is. Official scoring on that goal will be Gaudreau unassisted. Bouncing puck steered over the top of the net. They tried to deflect it in, no good. Puck caught in the near corner. A couple of guys from each team in there trying to pull it out. Hudson Catholic seemed to chip the puck loose, but the Raiders end up with it in the center of the slot. Nice kick save there by Cynical. Blue line shot well wide near side. And around the far side it goes. It's Cirilla. Cirilla on the midboard from Leisure. Dumps it into the corner. Gaudreau. Shot, score! Centering pass was for Jellison. Jellison pokes it home. It'll be Jellison from Gaudreau. And a 2-0 Red Raider lead.
Perfectly executed there, Todd. Gaudreau was able to hit Jellison with a nice backhanded centering pass, and Jellison wasted no time in putting, we'll see it here on the replay, Jellison puts the puck almost in the same corner of the goal, almost the same place exactly as Gaudreau's goal, making it 2-0 Fitchburg.
I think we found out a little scouting on Cynical. He's a little weak low and away. A 2-0 Raider lead as we head under 3 minutes here in the first period of the first game of Hockey Night 2009.
Delayed penalty coming
FATV.
against Hudson Catholic, I believe.
Yes, it is, and a save made by Cynical to tie it up. Interference will be the call.
We saw Steve Miller of Fitchburg get absolutely waylaid by a Hudson Catholic player. He was knocked flat on his behind, and that Hudson Catholic player will go to the penalty box.
Lewis will get sent off, and the Raiders will have the first power play of the night.
Not a good situation right now for Hudson Catholic, Todd. They're already behind 2-0. All of the action's been on their end, and now they have to kill a penalty.
Minute and 30 for interference is the charge against Lewis, who will go off for the minute and a half. At the midboard, shot, score! It's a power play goal.
That did not take long at all.
No, they certainly made their man advantage count. One shot, one score, and it's a power play goal for the Raiders.
And once again, Todd, we see it's the same spot for Cynical. He misses the puck down and to his left. It's 3-0 Fitchburg, all on goals in that area. We'll see it here on the replay.
Rob Jellison, the goal scorer.
It's Jellison's second of the night, Todd, I believe.
No, Jellison's first. 3 different scorers for the Raiders.
Chris Jellison scored the Raiders' second goal.
That's correct. We've got a Jellison of each kind. 3-on-2 down the zone. Looking for a centering pass. Around the net they go. The Raiders hang on to it. Gets around a defender. Threw the puck right off of him. Puck comes into the near corner mid-board. Lawrence looking for a centering pass. He takes it all the way around the net to the left circle shot. Hits the side of the net. Pierce with control. Gives it up. Throw it on net. Deflected by Cynical over top to the backboard. Defense pinching down. One-time shot. Save. Rebound loose in front. Backhand shot. Another save. Cynical standing up as best he can under this onslaught, having already given up 3 goals. He has faced 15 shots in this first period.
15 shots against only 4 for Hudson Catholic, Todd. That is simply not a recipe for victory.
I tend to agree with that. Puck eventually cleared back out to neutral ice. Thrown all the way down on Finn. He'll knock it with the blocker. He'll dump it off to his defender, Duplessis. Puck comes loose in the offensive slot. Shot, score! Oh my! You never want to give up the puck in your own defensive slot. Raiders commit the sin there, and it cost them the goal scorer, number 10, Justin
We'll see
Gough.
it here. That's Justin Gough, Todd. You're absolutely right. We'll see here on the replay. Gough gets a shot. It's saved by Finn, but he lets the rebound go, and Gough gets a second opportunity and scores the goal.
And Gough walks right over him after scoring the goal.
Adding insult to injury, so to speak.
No place that Gough could have gone. He got checked right into him in the process. 3-1 the score as we had under a minute first period. Shot point blank on Cynical, and he makes the save and hangs on for the draw.
So far,
End to end we go, John.
It's a very fluid, very exciting hockey game so far, Todd. And I'll tell you, it feels closer than the 3-1 score we've seen. Hudson Catholic is putting up a good fight.
That I tend to agree with. Puck along the back dasher. Comes loose for the Raiders. Right side of Cynical. Loose puck works its way to the back side of the net. It's Bergeron.
Alex LeBlanc had a chance at what was almost an open net, and he didn't look like he quite knew what to do with the puck, Todd.
Puck chipped away, comes around out of the nearest side. Raiders looking for control, steers it on net. Cynical thought he had trapped it, and he hadn't. The puck was still loose in front of him. Greenway defense is able to steer it away. Lead man pass, Raiders keep it in. About 20 seconds left here, first period of action. Good open ice check, knock the puck down at neutral ice. Raiders will dump it back in. They'll keep the same 5 on the ice. Now the offensive trio decides to change out. They change the 3. Green Wave wipeout over that 3-dimensional blue line.
Coach Bashan simply fell on his butt, Todd.
As we head to the end of this first period of action, it's been a foot race up and down the ice. It has gone in one period. We've got 4 goals. Red Raiders with 3 of them. Red Raiders 3, Green Wave 1. As we take a look at the stats, 17 shots on net for the Raiders in that period against only 5 for Hudson Catholic. And as you said moments ago, that kind of percentage, not a recipe for victory.
Absolutely not, Todd. Andre Cynical has done everything he can, but when you face 17 shots, you're going to let 3 of them in most of the time.
Yeah, statistically speaking, Cynical didn't do a bad job. Made most of the saves that he should.
That's
a couple
right.
of the saves, that were down and away from him. Wasn't much I think he really could do.
There was one that went through his glove, but other than that, Fitchburg has simply dominated the offensive end of the game, and they've made shots that Cynical doesn't even have a chance to stop.
So you take a look at a picturesque view end to end of the renovated and now run by Fitchburg State College Wallace Civic Center. And I'll tell you, John, we can't say it enough. This place is beautiful.
We mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Todd, and it bears mentioning over and over again, this place is beautiful now. It is bright, it is clean. They've replaced the old incandescent lights that I know we at FATV were so not thrilled with, so to speak, with beautiful fluorescent lights. It provides even lighting for the ice. It's going to make for a better TV broadcast and a better experience if you come out to the Civic Center and watch the game live.
One period in the books. We're going to step aside. It's the Raiders 3, the Greenway 1. You're watching Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. Second period of action about to get underway on Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV. Todd Robbins alongside John Gough as the second period gets underway. John, what we saw in the first period was end-to-end action. Cynical did a great job basically standing on his head against 17 shots to only surrender 3 goals. They could be down by about 10 right now.
Very easily, Todd. Cynical has done all he can to keep Hudson Catholic in this game. Right now, Hudson needs to press the offense, get some goals, and tie this thing up.
Teams change ends. No one wants to grab the loose puck. Feeney can't control it, and the loose puck will come back out to Neutralize. Raiders down a man as they start on the attack, 2-on-3. Did somebody put a little adhesive on the ice? That's about the third time I've seen it get stuck since we've started this second period of action. A 3-1 score, the Raiders leading the Green Wave.
Todd, if I can make a point for a second.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that Fitchburg was shorthanded on the attack there. That's because number 16 for Fitchburg, Jacob Pierce, limped off the ice to the Fitchburg bench. I can see him being attended to now by Fitchburg's training staff.
Yeah, it seemed like there was 3 guys heading on the attack, and then all of a sudden one pulled off. Puck heads all the way down length, and giving chase there is Flynn. Flynn takes it into the corner. He loses it, and now the loose puck comes to the top of the slot. Chipping it in is Rob Jellison. Knocked down in traffic, and it comes over to the near side. Bouncing puck, Raiders will keep it in. It's Chris Jellison. Goes to the far side for Gaudreau. Backhand hits the side of the net. In the slot, shot knocked down by Lewis in front of the net. He drew the game's only penalty in the first period. Here's Gaudreau. Snap shot. Knocked down on the pads and then covered up by Cynical. Again, Cynical doing everything he can to keep Hudson Catholic in this game.
Good point there, Todd. Cynical's had to make 3 saves in quick succession here at the start of the second period. Now, from our vantage point here in the Wallace Civic Center press box, we can't exactly see the Fitchburg bench. We will try to keep you folks at home updated on the condition of Jacob Pierce.
Raiders win the draw. Loose puck to the top of the slot. Nice body check there, and the Raiders are able to keep it in the zone. It's Gaudreau. Backhand drop pass for nobody. The Wave cut in on it. Raiders will chip it down to about the mid-board, and they'll pull it loose. Puck comes all the way out to Neutralize. It kind of hit an offensive player, and he realized he had the puck. Puck into the Raiders zone. They will dump it back out to Neutralize. Shot for a breakaway, gets cut off there. It's Chris Jellison, and that shot goes wide through Cynical to the far corner.
You can see Jellison looking like he was going for the low and away corner. That was the place that Fitchburg scored all 3 of their goals in the first period.
Yes, it was, and that time it went just through into the far side. Through the left circle looking for Gaudreau. Nobody home. It's a radio puck, and back out to Neutralize it goes. The late offside signal then cleared as the Wave head back to Neutralize. Loose puck comes into the Wave zone. Shot wide the glove of Cynical and around the backside of the net. Gaudreau keeps it in. The Raiders changing one at a time behind the net. Gaudreau will leave the action to get off in a change. A couple of players stacked on top of each other. Raiders looking for control. 3 men in the zone. Green Wave get it. Backhand bouncing puck makes it to Neutralize.
Once again, we see a bit of miscommunication on the offensive end by Hudson Catholic. It looked like Barry was trying to pass the puck forward to Coach Bashan, but Coach Bashan had pulled up, assuming that Barry would take it into the offensive end himself.
Raiders keep it in the zone. Puck thrown on net, knocked down by Cynical. Point blank shot, knocked down as well. And a third opportunity. Ledger can't poke it home, goes wide into the corner. Loose puck back out to Neutralize. It was deflected there, and the Raiders will grab control. It's Hagberg playing catch with Gamble, and they'll now send it up to the offense. They dump and now start a chase. 3 men into the zone.
We mentioned at the head of the broadcast, Todd, that Hudson Catholic is playing with a short squad. They're only really going to field 2 or 3 lines, and when you're on the defensive end, that becomes even more important. Hudson Catholic players would basically relish any chance they get to clear the puck and get off the ice.
A couple of players wipe out. Loose puck goes through the slot to the far corner harmlessly. Miller heads into the corner for the Raiders trying to play it, and Ledger over on the far mid-board trying to help out. Here's Miller, shot on net, through the glove of Cynical, top corner score. Wow, That's a soft goal. Cynical had it above the net, and it may have actually deflected off of him over his shoulder and into the net. Not much you can do there. Not great skill on the offensive side, just a little bit of luck.
Absolutely, Todd. We've seen Cynical make some very impressive saves here. On this one, he was, well, basically he should have saved that puck. There have been several saves that I wouldn't say he should have made. That one, he should have saved that. Cheap goal for Fitchburg, but it counts.
Cheap goals count as well. 4-1. The Raider lead expands back to 3, matching their largest lead of the night from when they were at 3-0 in the first period. Credit the goal to 24, Steve Miller. Raiders back in on the attack. One-time shot on net was deflected down loose and over to the far side.
Good play by Mccory of Hudson Catholic to kick that one wide.
Hudson Catholic trying to grab the puck, looking for a lead man pass. Flynn will play it off the far boards. Got too concerned with the defender playing the body, and the puck will come loose back to Neutralize.
I hate to sound like a broken record, Todd, but once again there we saw Feeney on the offensive end for Hudson Catholic. He didn't look like he knew he was getting the puck. He sort of looked down on his feet and said, wait, there's a puck here? What do I do with this?
They're kind of skating basically ahead of themselves, as if they've forgotten that the puck is the key point to the entire game. Loose puck into the slot, deflected down and over to the near side and clear to Neutralize. With control there, it's Duplessis. Tries to throw it back toward the offensive blue line. It gets into the zone clean and dumped immediately by the Green Wave the length of the ice. Both teams change some players, and they catch back up with the action. There's a loose puck for the Green Wave back at Neutralize. Bouncing puck along the red line. It's Lewis. Steers it into the zone, trying to take on 3 defenders. Lewis, left circle shot over the glove of Finn and wide. Theron back at Neutralize, knocks it down and then dump it back out. We go. Raiders control, dump, and now change 4 behind the play. One man staying on the attack. It's Chris Lawrence steering into the near corner. Taking on 3 members of the Green Wave. Lawrence is definitely big enough. Bouncing puck pulled loose there by the Green Wave, and they'll throw it back to Neutralize. The rest of the Raiders join up. They send it in. Delayed offside signal and cleared. And the puck comes back out to Neutralize with the Green Wave heading length.
While we have a moment here, Todd, I'd like to point out that Jacob Pierce is back on the ice for Fitchburg. He appears to be fine.
Loose puck along the near corner. Chipped in there. Green Wave. Kind of a half-hearted attack. The puck is in their offensive zone and not much to do with it. Kojo shot on net, knocked down by Finn. Rebound shot, knocked down in traffic, and the loose puck will be steered back out to Neutralize.
That rebound shot actually looked like it hit Kojo in the back as he was falling to the ice.
Pierce made a nice pass to himself, but lost the handle on it as he carried into the offensive zone. Pierce keeps after it, loose puck along the back line. Lead man pass through Neutralize with nobody in particular. And Jellison will grab it near side and drop it back to Neutralize. Finding Pierce. Pierce will dump. Now they chase. Team 5 on the ice for the Raiders. Beautiful check there by Jacob Pierce on the backside. Loose puck carried back to Neutralize. It's the Green Wave with control. Loose puck picked up by Chris Lawrence. Steers back to the blue line. Looking for a centering pass to the slot. Sticked away. Rebound sticked away. And then 5-hole score. Put it on the board for Matt Lawrence, staying with the puck. 2 initial saves by Cynical, and eventually the loose rebound goes by his 5-hole.
Good point there, Todd. We saw with the goal from Lawrence, Cynical, we'll see it here on the replay, actually. The goaltender, I'm tripping over my tongue. Cynical makes the initial kick save, but then the puck, making your mistake now. Cynical makes the initial kick save, and then the puck actually trickles down his pad through the 5-hole and into the net. Another cheapish sort of say goal for Fitchburg.
They tripped over the replay too. We're not the only ones having problems. It's the first hockey game of the season. It's not quite football, folks. And we're happy to be back with you on Hockey Night in Fitchburg, the 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV. Todd Robbins alongside John Gough, a Hockey Night rookie.
This is my first time calling Hockey Night in Fitchburg, and this is our first Hockey Night with our brand new truck.
Yes, it is. Heading in on net. Backhand shot. Top shelf score. Put that one on the board for Chris Jellison. Nice job going forehand to backhand and lifted it right over the top of Cynical. Nice goal.
Nice goal by Jellison. That's his second of the night, and the Jellison brothers have now combined for a hat trick. So do we throw like half of our hats on the ice or something now?
Credited to, them.
We'll see.
Look at this. What a great replay, by the way. Nice job.
That is a nice replay and a very nice shot by Jellison. Cynical really had no chance to stop that one.
The replay definitely matches the quality of the goal. That was great stick work for Jellison, going from forehand to backhand and then getting the lift on the puck. Beautiful goal. Puck right back into the Raider offensive zone. Green Wave will clear it. Steering it back down is Gamble. Chip back out to neutral ice. It's Tolman. Tolman, top of the slot. Wrist shot, score! No, it was wide. Backhand shot at the side of the net. I thought he went right through Cynical, and it went wide far side.
Todd, you've sort of got used to saying shot, score. Shot, score.
It's how it's been going for the last couple of minutes. Puck will head length of the ice. Icing will be the call. We go all the way back down to our left. Tell me you didn't believe me. It went right through Cynical.
It did.
And somehow missed the net.
Well, right now, Todd, we're seeing, getting serious for a moment, we are seeing Hudson Catholic having to be on defense, starting to catch up with them now. Fitchburg only scored 3 goals in the entire first period. They've already matched that here with 6.5 minutes to go in the second. Hudson needs to mount some offense if they're to have any chance here.
Shots on goal totals in this game thus far. 26 shots for the Red Raiders, only 7 for Hudson Catholic, and if my math is correct, that means they've only had 3 shots on goal this period?
I have 2 shots on goal this period, Todd. I counted 6 in the first.
Okay.
But once again, 9-2 advantage shots on goal in this period for Fitchburg. This is becoming a one-sided hockey game.
And it explains very clearly why it's a 5-goal deficit the Green Wave are up against. Chip shot on net, save made point blank by Cynical. Eric Ledger pulled the trigger. Cynical will hang on for the draw.
Good work there by Cynical, managing to stop the one-time shot.
You know, back to the point we were making, though, on shots on goal. You know, it was one of these points I've always made in years of covering hockey. While most people say that you don't win on shots on goal, which is absolutely correct, I think it's a misnomer. The more shots you have, it's the more scoring opportunities, therefore, that you have. If you've got 26 shots on net, 27 shots on net, chances are you're going to score some goals.
Absolutely. The point of the game isn't really shots on goal, but good shots on goal, and Fitchburg has had plenty of those so far.
No doubt about it. Raiders ship it back out from their own defensive midboard, and the Green Wave, Casey waiting there, sends it back down into the zone. It's Newcomb corralling the puck on his own end line, centering for his own defensive slot, and down the ice we go. It's Robbie Jellison near his side, checked off the play by Casey. Picked up there by the Raiders as they ring it around far side. That's Turvo. Turvo centering, one-time shot, score! It's a 7-1 goal. We got Roy G. Bibb on the screen.
We are having technical difficulties, we're told. Obviously, we can see that.
It's become a radio broadcast all of a sudden, John.
That's right. Well, Fitchburg has been lighting the lamp so often that they've broken ours. It is now 7-1. And Todd, you were mentioning during the break that you felt like a radio announcer. Now's your chance.
I'll tell you right now, we're going to have plenty of radio here. Oh, man. Puck chip back to the blue line. Raiders with control. Game 1 of our 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg. And do not adjust your television set. We've got Roy G. Biv. Stay with us for the action on the play-by-play. The audio still works. Green Wave carry the zone with control. It's Robbie Jellison trying to clear the Raider defensive zone. Nowhere to go. Bouncing puck heads over to the midboard. Green Wave with control. Centering pass knocked down by the Fitchburg defense in their own slot. They'll clear the ice, heading on a lead man pass 3-on-2 if they hurry. Loose puck lost. They have to dump and wait so they can cross on sides. It slows the action, allows the rest of the Green Wave to join up. Puck chipped from the point, deflected by the stick of Cynical into the near corner. Giving chase there, it's Chris Lawrence. Lawrence with control, trying to pull the puck loose against 2 members of the Green Wave, and he does successfully. Puck heads over to the far side, pinned up there. It's Lewis working against...
That looks like Jacob Pierce.
Yes, and a loose puck, score! Cynical throws up his hands. He's not sure how it got there, but it's behind him. It's a goal. It's the 8th of the game for the Red Raiders.
And we're back.
They lead 8-1, and the picture's back.
Well, I'll tell you how it happened, Todd. You mentioned that Cynical doesn't know what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Once again, for the 4th or 5th time tonight, Fitchburg sent a puck towards the left side of Cynical, and he just plain missed it. Cynical has proved himself to be a very skilled goaltender in several aspects of the game tonight. So far, his weakness is going to his left, and Fitchburg has exploited that to the tune of 8 goals.
Cynical snares that one out of the air with the glove, hangs on for the draw. Well, that was interesting.
It was different.
It's different. There is never dull on hockey night in Fitchburg, as I seem to remember.
Strange things seem to happen whenever I have a microphone.
And amazingly enough, by the way, Joe Tridello will be back at some juncture this season to join us, as he's still on special assignment retirement, pending going all the way back to the Falcon football season.
That's right.
Green Wave with control in their own defensive zone. Puck is chipped away there by Turvo. Loose puck bouncing to the top of the slot, steered away. Turvo picked up his first goal of the game in that last exchange. Around the back of the Raider net we go. Gamble trying to get the puck. Loose to the top of the slot, shot through Finn. He never got a piece of it, but it went wide of the net. Near side, Green Wave controls. It's Theron. And Gough now giving chase. Gamble trips himself up on the old far boards. Gough shot. Big glove save there by Finn. And a whistle. I thought a delayed penalty signaled, and yes, I believe we did. It'll be the first power play of the night coming up for the Green Wave.
Trying to see who it is. It looks like that is number 18 for Fitchburg, Jeremy Bergeron, going to the penalty box, rather. And I'd like to point out, Todd, that Hudson Catholic now has as many shots on goal, 8, as Fitchburg has goals. So they're making progress.
It had to happen eventually. Minute and 30 for roughing is the charge. And Pierce will have to sit in the sin bin and think about what he did for a minute and 30 seconds.
Go to your room and think about what you did, young man. That's exactly the case.
Casey, the snap shot and the quick glove save by Finn. It'll set up another face-off in the Red Raider zone. The Raiders change their penalty kill. 5-4 advantage on the ice right now. 5 members of the Green Wave to 4 of the Raiders. Raiders tossed from the draw for taking too long on the change. They'll bring another man in, Chris Lawrence. Campbell wins the draw. Puck back out to Neutralize.
Campbell won the draw, but he sent the puck to no one in particular.
No doubt about it. Bouncing puck, backhanded into the zone, heading length. Right now you wonder who's on the power play, as the Raiders still look fresh and spunky, and the Green Wave, who have the 5-man advantage to 4, really are slow, as Mcdonagh misses a lead man pass and now has to chase it into the corner. Campbell picks it up, near corner, loose puck. Drop behind the net, looking for Mcdonagh. Centering feed up front, bouncing puck. Poked away nicely by Finn, back to the blue line. Casey near side, pinching down, throws it on net, going high. Nice save. Finn didn't know where it was. It's still loose in the slot. Finn recovers on the angle, dives out, knocks it away from Campbell, and it goes to the far corner. Loose off the glass and cleared by the Raiders. Raiders are going to pick it up. It's Lawrence, lead to the net, and he loses it to the far side. He got cut down by 2 members of the Green Wave.
Good defensive work there by Tom Casey of Hudson Catholic to get the Fitchburg player off the puck and keep him from scoring a shorthanded goal.
Mcdonagh throws that one off of a Red Raider skate, and the puck goes back into the far side. 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Hudson Catholic. Blast on net, hits the post low and away on Finn. He thought he was going to make the catch at head level. It went down and away from him and hit the post.
I tell you,
snap shot, hit the side of the net. That did not go in. Backhand save, rebound save. Finn trying to steer it away from the net. It's caught in traffic, and a whistle will kill the play. Nice job by Dan Finn to stay on point.
Fantastic work by Dan Finn, Todd. He's been sitting there most of the game, not doing much, and there's finally a flurry of action as Hudson Catholic goes on the power play, and Finn is able to shut it down and keep Hudson Catholic out of the net.
And that ends the man advantage for the Green Wave, so they did finally mount a flurry of action to no avail. They still trail by 7, 8-1 the Red Raider lead. Loose puck backhand shot saved. Green Wave pushing the action now in the Raider end with 1.5 minutes left in the second period. Red Raiders looking to clear the zone. Can't do it. Green Wave keep it in along the blue line. And now they go high and long, and this one will head length. Icing coming up. There it is, and the draw comes all the way back down to our right.
You know, Todd, perhaps we have underestimated the Hudson Catholic Green Wave. We could have just they could, down by 7 goals, have the Fitchburg Red Raiders right where they want them. We have seen a completely different Hudson Catholic team in the last 2 or 3 minutes of play.
If I was playing possum, though, maybe up to about a 5-goal lead. 7 seems a little much.
7 seems a little much, but we're not hockey players. We don't know the strategy.
That's very true. I've never fancied myself a hockey player. Loose puck, Bryce Tolman falling down. He can't get the shot on net. He ended up with a breakaway, and he fell over. Loose puck to the left circle. It heads in on Cynical. He closes the 5-hole. Deposit denied. Face-off coming up to his stick side right.
Good work by Cynical. Looked like Fitchburg was going to be able to sneak another one through, but he was able to smother the puck.
Hudson Catholic finishes their change. Draw to the stick side right of Cynical. They control the draw to the green wave. Casey tried to clear it and couldn't. Kept in along the blue line by Robbie Jellison. Around in the near corner, now backside of the net. Green wave control up to their own midboard. Lead man pass to the near side for Mcdonagh. Can't handle it. Does finally recover it right at Neutralize. Mcdonagh throws it on net. Stick down by Flynn. And Flynn wisely covers up, as anytime he's tried to clear the zone from his own crease, he's had some trouble with flurries of action in front of him.
So far, Todd, Dan Finn's done a good job mostly keeping Hudson Catholic out of the net.
45 seconds left, second period of action. 8-1 the lead for the Raiders. They win the draw. They can't clear their zone, and now it's chipped out to Neutralize. Puck heading all the way down and giving chase is number 18, Jeremy Bergeron. Bergeron can't pull it loose. Puck off the backside of the wall. Winged around. Can't clear their zone. Can the Green Wave. Backhand looking for Campbell. Campbell looking for Mcdonagh. Through him. And now into the Red Raiders zone. Mcdonagh giving chase. Down to the near side. Grabbing control and steering it around the net is Newcomb. Newcomb lost it. 15 seconds left in this second period. Raiders control. They send it back out to Neutralize. 10 seconds. Green Wave with control. Maybe one more attack possible. They dump it in. It gets dumped back to Neutralize with 5 seconds. Go 4-3 and loose puck out of play. Draw will stay at Neutralize with 2 seconds left in the second period.
Which is pretty much just enough time to drop the puck and then blow the horn.
More or less.
Well, Todd, I can say safely now that what we mentioned in the first period about Hudson Catholic needing to press the offensive advantage unless they wanted this to happen has come true. Fitchburg has played, once again, almost the entirety of the second period in Hudson Catholic's end, and this time they've really managed to make Hudson Catholic pay. 5 goals in the second period. They've opened this one wide open.
2 periods in the books here from the Wallace Civic Center. The score, the Red Raiders 8. The Green Wave 1. John, what was the shots on goal for this period in particular?
This period was a little better than the first for Hudson Catholic, Todd. Fitchburg did outshoot them, Fitchburg Monty-Tech rather, did outshoot them 15-9, but that is much, much better than the 17-6 in the first period. However, as we mentioned earlier, it's not shots, it's good shots. And Fitchburg got several good shots. They got 5 goals out of those 15 shots this period. 2
period shots on goal total. Fitchburg Monty-Tech 33, Hudson 16. As we said, 2 periods in the books here from the Wallace Civic Center. And while we have this moment before we step aside for the second intermission, let's release the Saturday night hockey schedule here on FATV as the Chuck-a-Puck competition goes on.
Chuck-a-Puck, Todd.
Who knew? Who knew?
They still do Chuck-a-Puck.
They still do Chuck-a-Puck here. Unbelievable. All right, so week 1 was Fitchburg Monty-Tech versus Hudson Catholic. That's tonight. You're watching it live here on January the 3rd, 2009. Next week, January the 10th, we do a college hockey game. Fitchburg State College comes home to play host to Westfield State. A 7 o'clock puck drop will be here at about 10 till. January 17th, St. Bernard's versus St. Peter Marion, a 20 minutes after 7 puck drop. January the 24th, North Middlesex versus Hudson, a 6:10 puck drop.
May I interject for
Absolutely.
a moment, Todd? On January the 24th, FATV is probably, right now, nothing definite, but cross your fingers hoping, we're going to cover a doubleheader, 2 hockey games for the price of 1 on January 24th here from the Wallace Civic Center.
It very well could be you and Joe that night, as I will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Very nice.
So we will see who will be there on January the 24th for the double dip. We go to January the 31st, Fitchburg State once again, and UMass Dartmouth, a 7 o'clock puck drop. February the 7th, not that that's a great day in history, but it is my 24th birthday, and we'll be here with Fitchburg Monty-Tech again and North Middlesex, 6:30 p.m. By the way, I'm registered. You can, pick up my gift, and no problem.
You're on Amazon,
and
right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the final game of the 2009 season will be February the 14th, Valentine's Day, and what a sweetheart of a game we've got. Fitchburg, Monty Tech, and Leominster.
I like what you did there.
4:30 puck drop on that one. So
come on down to the Wallace Civic Center. Bring your sweetie. It's Valentine's Day. What else are you going to do?
Each and every week for Hockey Night in Fitchburg, the 17th season, right here on FATV. 2 periods in the books. Fitchburg 8, Hudson Catholic 1. Third period action when we come back. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. And rolling on we are into the third period of action on the 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV. Todd Robbins alongside John Gougherty in the press box as we get set for action. There we are, John.
There we are.
As we get set for action on the third and final period of the night. A tough one thus far. An 8-1 score for the Red Raiders, leading the Green Wave of Hudson Catholic, and the kind of situation where right now for Hudson Catholic, they're playing for pride. There isn't much else they can play for.
Absolutely, Todd. That second period had a little bit of everything. 5 goals by Fitchburg, 1 goal by Hudson Catholic. Our broadcast exploded. Everything happened in that second period. The third can only be better.
It can only get better here at the Wallace Civic Center. I'm telling you, we got the first week, we get the bugs out. The rest of the season is going to be awesome. And the schedule we've got, John, like I said, is fantastic. You go right into that second week. Fitchburg State College, Westfield State College, 7 o'clock puck drop here at the Wallace Civic Center. Come on out. They would want me to tell you this, so come on out. Beautiful facility. Great to see the game, and then you can watch it in replay, although we will be available live for those that can't make it. But come on out to the Wallace Civic Center. Be a part of Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. We get set for action, waiting on the puck draw here in the third and final period. An 8-1 Red Raider lead. Puck hits the ice. We're underway in the third period. Important to keep in mind, by the way, in this 7-goal game, that if it gets to an 8-goal lead, we will go to running time per the MIAA mercy rule.
Good to know, Todd. I was not aware of that, and I'm sure some of our fans at home were not as well.
Loose puck bounced into the Raider bench as we're just underway in the third period. We'll have a draw right outside the Raider defensive end. Green Wave control. Looking for a centering pass there. It was Feeney, and the loose puck will squirt by Finn. Had a change in goal down there, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Chris Flynn now in net for the Red Raiders? I believe it is.
I can't make out his number, Todd.
Yeah, it looks like 25. He's a little shorter than Finn was. And Finn is over on the bench, so that is a change in goal.
I believe you're right, Todd. Yeah. Good chance here. You're up 7. Get the backup goaltender some time. Good move by Fitchburg, in my opinion.
Well, and the Raiders have a spoils of talent. They have a senior in Ed Shaughnessy that really leads the charge, and then 2 sophomores that back him up in Dan Finn and Chris Flint. So Finn and Flynn, we won't mess that up too many times in this third period, I'm sure.
We won't.
Loose puck in the right circle. Green Wave with control. It's Mcdonagh looking for a centering pass for Campbell, and he got it steered away from him. Falling down there was Newcomb. He couldn't clear his own zone. Puck comes up the near boards. Mccory kept it in. Puck bounced high off the glass and squirts back out to Neutralize. Raiders trying to push the action in the neutral zone. Mccory jams it back down into the zone. Only for a moment as the Raiders grab control and steer it back to Neutralize. It's Feeney. Throws it down the slot, sticked away there by Flynn. And the Raiders will grab control as Hudson Catholic goes on a line change. They change 4 out of 5. They knock the puck down, though, at Neutralize. It's Porter pressing things to the net, steers his man away. It was Tolman. Tolman rings it around to the far side, boards. It's Miller. Miller back out to Neutralize, heading length. Icing coming up. There it is. Draw comes back to our left.
For the first time, Todd, I have to say it, Hudson Catholic leads on shots and goal in this period.
Hey, they came out hard and fast, and they lead 1 shot to none, if I'm not mistaken.
1 to none. First time all night we've been able to say Hudson Catholic leads on shots and goal. As Herman Edwards would say, we can build on this.
We can. He sees flashes. Greg Robinson, Syracuse University, he sees flashes. Loose puck right off the draw to Flynn. He freezes the puck, and we'll get another draw, glove side left. Chris Flynn, a sophomore as well, also a member of the Fitchburg High student body. Again, a combined Fitchburg High Monty Tech squad. The Red Raiders of hockey. Ford knocks it down at the blue line, keeping it in the Green Wave zone. Jams it back down into the near corner, and around it goes. Gough giving chase along with Theron. It's Porter. Chips it back in along the midboard. Centering for the slot, hooked up there, and away it goes to the near side. Lead pass on the clear out for the Raiders. It's Leisure. Got his pocket picked and sent it back to Neutralize. It's Gough. Raiders grab control along their own defensive blue line, and back it goes into the zone. Bouncing puck back out to Neutralize. And back in, delayed offside signal, and now clear. It's Theron to the blue line. Wrist shot, knocked down by Flynn. He controls with his stick, sends it behind the net. 4 out of 5 change again for the Green Wave. Near side, pass grab by Miller. Miller sends it into the zone. Raiders change behind the play. They're able to get 3 off and 3 on. It's Gamble taking the puck all the way back down behind his own goalie in Flynn. Pocket pick there, it's Mcdonagh. Mcdonald loses it immediately, though. And back out to Neutralize it goes. Loose pass ends up on a lead man for Bergeron, giving chase top of the slot. Loose puck knocked away by the Green Wave defense, and they'll take it back to Neutralize. 3-on-2 if they hurry. They elect to dump on the 3-on-2 as opposed to take it to the net, and they lose control, and the puck ends up back out at Neutralize with Casey. Casey near boards, delayed offside signal, cleared, and back in on the attack of the Green Waves as the Red Raiders grab the puck. Try to steer it out of the zone. On the stick of Turvo, had a goal in the second period. I think everyone had a goal in the second period.
Except you.
Except for me, for some reason. Puck to the backside of the Green Wave net, and the Raiders will change 5. 11:15 left in this, the third period of action. The Green Wave and the Raiders leading 8-1. Puck off the far boards, chipped back in along the far dasher. Grabbed there by Ledger. Ledger can't find it top of the slot. Nice pirouette move. I give it about a 6.5.
Ledger did a nice job to keep the puck in the zone, but he lost control when he tried to get a shot off.
Tolman fires it right back down off the referee and around the back of the net. Ledger gives chase, gets it far corner. Loose puck, bounce out for Tolman. Tolman takes it around the net. He's looking for centering. Puck was deflected back out, and Cirilla will send it back down. Cirilla for Tolman, near corner. For Miller. Back to Cirilla. Shot, 5-hole kick save there by Cynical, and the first shot on net for the Raiders in this, the third period.
By my count, Todd, Hudson Catholic leads in the shots 3-1 this period. They're getting some offense. Most of the action has been on Fitchburg's end of the ice.
Raiders dump the puck, change the full complement of 5. Puck back with the defense, it's Duplessis. Works it up for Bergeron. Bergeron in the left circle, slams on the brakes, tries to go the other way, whiffs on the pass, and the Green Wave will grab it. They've got 3-on-1 if they hurry. One man pulls off the play. It ends up 2-2 as it crosses over the blue line, and driven off the play is the lead man of the Green Wave. Back through the slot, heading length, Icing coming up again. There it is, and draw comes all the way back down to our left with 9:42 left in the third period, and the Raiders leading 8-1. You can see the Raiders' strategy has changed from a push the action to more of a four-corner stall. Let's get out of here with a win.
Absolutely, Todd. The third period so far has played much more like the first than the second. The puck is moving up and down the ice with great fluidity. The clock is rolling. We're already under 10 minutes left to play here in the third.
Loose puck bounces back out to Neutralize, heading over the blue line. Green Wave have to go and get it. Off the near boards. Puck pinned along the near side, thrown up, hit a man right off the face mask. It's Mccory. Mccory grabs control of the puck, 1-on-2. Shot stick down by Flint. Steers it around the backside of his net, works it up to about the mid-board, heading out. Raiders can't clear. Now it goes with a backhand. Can't. Theron keeps it in along the blue line for the Green Wave. Raiders come up with a loose puck. Looking for the lead man. It was long, and all the way down the ice it goes. LeBlanc couldn't get to it. He will now. LeBlanc steered off the puck along the backside of the net. Driven up against the boards. Penalty coming up here. I believe it's going to be on the Green Wave.
It is, as Fitchburg's goaltender leaves the net.
An elbow looks like the initial signal. Second power play of the night coming up for the Raiders.
Now, on their first power play, Todd, which was in the second period, I believe, the Red Raiders scored in approximately 0.4 seconds on that power play.
That was in the first period. The second period power play went to Fitchburg.
Well, my point, if I may,
is please, your point is certainly valid.
I have a point. If I'm Andrew Thrane, I'm not getting comfortable in that penalty box. I'm going to be out pretty darn soon.
1:30 for elbowing is the call. Loose puck controlled by the Raiders as they head behind the net. A chance to work on their power play, as John alluded to. Very effective in the first period. 1 shot, 1 goal, and it was a power play goal in that first period. Loose puck cleared by the Green Wave, and all the way down it goes for a waiting Flynn behind his own net. Raiders to mount the charge. Flying V, perhaps? Puck look on a lead man, pass back out to Neutralize. Kojo will send it back into the zone. It's steered there by Cirilla. Cirilla for Kojo. Blasts it back into the zone, off the back dasher, and left there by Flynn.
Todd, did you really say the flying V?
Oh, heck yeah. Gordon Bombay. That's what the Green Wave need right now. Puck dumped in all the way to the back dasher. By the way, for those that have lost us entirely, that's the Mighty Ducks, 1, 2, and 3.
That's it.
I told most people lost us when we were talking about Napoleon and somebody else.
Napoleon, Machiavelli.
The
great history of the Syracuse football program.
That's right. Most people lost us right there on Pigeon Chicken Bowl day. They invited us back nonetheless. Loose puck, end over end, down to Flynn, and they knock it down. And around the backside of the net it goes. Cirilla will start the charge. 13 seconds left on the man advantage for the Red Raiders. Loose puck along the blue line. Chip through to the red. Raiders perhaps a shot at one more shot on net. Goes wide. 2 seconds left on the man advantage. Go one. Power play expires. 5-on-5 action resumes. Getting back down to the backside. Delayed offside signal cleared. And the Green Wave looking to get it out of their own end. They do. Through Neutralize. Chipped off the far boards. Knocked down there. It's Turvo. Back for Mcdonagh. The Green Wave grab it at the Fitchburg blue line. Going over to the far side. Steered off the play there into a check sandwich. Was Gamble.
I don't want to be the meat in a check sandwich.
No, I definitely wouldn't want to be either. It would be a bad place to be. Up off the near side, it's Kojo. Through Neutralize. Puck heading length, never touched. Icing the call against the Green Waves, and the draw comes back to our right.
Now, maybe a Yugoslavian sandwich or an Eastern Polish sandwich, but not a Czech sandwich. Nothing? Nothing. Oh, well.
Good.
I get points for trying, don't I?
Good effort. The good news is that at cold temperatures, crickets can't survive. So
that's true.
6:43 left, third period of action. 8-1 the score. Of course, I've got a science teacher somewhere going, crickets can survive in cold weather, but that's all right. We'll live with it. It's Ledger with control in the far corner. Trying to chip it back out to Neutralize. They can't. Green Wave can't clear. Raiders keep it in. On to the midboard. Looking for a centering pass. Steered away into the far corner it goes. Checked off the play there on the midboard. Bryce Tolman laid the hit. He controls, send it around the net. 6:15 left in the third. Kicking it up to his own blade was Miller. Miller feeds Tolman through the slot. No one home. Feeney. Lead man for Mcdonagh. Steered off the play. Nice use of the body. And around the back.
Guys, our headsets are dead. Hello. We're back.
Loose puck bounces back out to Neutralize. Down the far wing it goes. Looking for a centering pass. Shot hit the side of the net. No good. 5:45 left in the third period, and 8-1 the score. The Raiders with the lead. Man loses his stick on the play. Near side keeping it in. That was LeBlanc. To the backside of the net. It's Bergeron. Bergeron with nothing. Tripped up on the play. Penalty coming up on the Green Waves. The Raiders will have yet another power play.
Looks as if it was Joe Ford of the Green Wave. I believe that's the first time we've called his name tonight, and not for the reason he would have wanted. Joe Ford going to the box for tripping, it appears.
I think he was a little confused. Coach Tom Temple disagrees. But it's 1:30 for tripping. They charge it to Campbell. Campbell is going to head to the box. Off for 1:30 for tripping.
Well, I apologize to the family of Joe Ford.
Nope, it is
no,
Ford.
I don't.
The referee said, no. You don't get to send me anybody you want. Send him back to the bench. We want Ford. He's who we're calling the penalty on. So 22 Ford will go serve 1:30.
If it was
tripping.
If it was a penalty on the goaltender, they could send him a minute. They could send him anyone they want.
Oh yeah,
not on Joe Ford.
There are certainly cases where you can send a man to serve. Not in this case, however. Along the near side, it's Lewis. Lewis to the far and sends one the length. Of course, you can do that when you're on the penalty kill. High sticking of the call. So the puck played with the high stick will put the draw in the Raiders' zone.
That's a good call, in my opinion, Todd. Nathan Newcomb played the puck as it was coming in. He He raised his stick above his head, and you just can't do that. That's
right.
high sticking. We'll go 4-on-4.
No, it is not a penalty.
It's not.
Just playing the puck with a high stick. He went up. He wasn't a dangerous hit.
I see.
It was just he played the puck with it above his head. So the draw went into the Raiders' zone. They won it. They snapped it clear, and all the way down we go. Under a minute left on the man advantage for the Raiders.
See, this is what happens when you have a color commentator who doesn't watch hockey.
With control. It's the Green Wave, and they saucer one the length. Flynn gets involved enough to knock it down, and back to collect it is Cirilla. Cirilla with control, off the far mid-board. Can't connect on the pass, and all the way back to the Green Wave zone it goes. And Lewis sends it right back down the ice. You see how this game goes. Flynn knocks it down, 4:25 left in the third, 25 seconds left on the man advantage for the Raiders. Haven't really mounted anything of an attack in this power play opportunity.
Or in this period, for that matter.
That is very true. A very different looking Raider program here, almost resting on their laurels. From the near mid-board. Puck not able to be chipped back out. Cirilla knocked it down with a skate, then his face, and he drives the puck back into the zone with a stick to Bergeron. Bergeron centering through the crease to the far side, nothing. Puck knocked down in traffic off a shot and chipped back out to Neutralize for the Green Wave.
Ford has a bit of trouble getting out of the box.
He
does
seemed
manage
confused. He seemed confused as to whether he was going to join the play on the offensive end, come right to the bench. Tom Temple and him exchange some words as he heads to the bench.
For a moment, it looked as though he was choosing to stay in the box, and that was definitely the wrong idea.
Well, no, we want to keep playing 5-on-4. The heck with it.
Yeah.
3:45 left in the third, even strength, 5 apiece. An 8-1 lead for the Raiders. Guys falling all over themselves tonight. Is there something on the ice?
It's slippery.
Puck dumped wide of the net far side. It's Ledger giving chase. Ledger rides his man off the play, and he was probably about 1/3 his size. Nice play by Ledger. Through the near side, it's Mcdonagh. And around the backside of the net and controlled there by Duplessis. Duplessis chips it on the backhand up to the midboard and finds Tolman. Tolman takes it out on his own blade, 3-on-3 to the blue line. He was going to set up the shot to handle around. Works all the way around the net to the near side. Keeps the clock running, just under 3 minutes. Blasts a shot down the slot, no good. Reloads and sends it back in, does Duplessis.
That was Duplessis who sent the shot in on Cynical.
Loose puck around the backside of the net, popped up, and ouch! An odd fall there for Bryce Tolman. He cut right back up, but he almost fell back in on himself.
Looked like it, Todd. Good to see that he's all right.
Loose puck to the slot, poked away by Cynical. To the near side, Feeney can't get a handle on it. He did poke it back to Mcdonagh, though. Mcdonagh 1-on-4, and that's not good odds. He lost the puck to the far corner.
Beat the first 3.
Well, yeah.
The fourth one did.
The last
you have
one
to
was
beat all
the
4.
important one. Back in on the Raiders it goes. Delayed offside signaled, and the puck got dumped back out to Neutralize. All the way back down to Cynical it goes. 2:05 left in the third period. 8-1, the Red Raider lead. They've led from start to finish in this one.
I find it interesting, Todd, that even with the Red Raiders really not pressing the attack at all, the Red Raiders have only gotten 3 shots on goal this period. Hudson Catholic, though, only 4. Against no real offense, Hudson Catholic still can't press the offensive advantage.
Shot was knocked down by Cynical, steered around the backside of the net for LeBlanc. In the near corner, up to the midboard. They pull it out to center. It's Ford. Ford looking for a centering pass. Nothing there, and it stays at Neutralize. They do get into the zone. It was offside, and now back out to Neutralize goes the puck. 1:20 left in this one. Right back up Neutralize. Davis tried to make the pass on his forehand and then to his backhand, can't hang on. And the puck knocked back down. Kojo heading after it. Minute 5 left in the third period. Puck backed out to Neutralize. It looks a lot like the beginning of the game. Ping pong we go. Nobody really taking control. Top of the slot, grab there. Turbo sends a pass down the slot. Can't connect with LeBlanc on the doorstep. Puck cleared back, Neutralize, heading length, icing the call. The draw will come back down to our right with 48 seconds left in the third period.
You know, you mentioned, Todd, that this is a lot like the first period. A key difference, I think, in the first period, Fitchburg and Monty Tech was pressing the advantage, and they managed to score 3 goals. In this period, they seem disinterested in scoring. They simply just want to run out the clock, go home, get everyone warm.
The key difference, of course, being the 8-1 lead.
That plays into it a little bit.
A very important reason for taking the Dogs off the attack. Puck chipped around the backside of the net. It's Tolman. Greenway trying to clear the zone as we head under 30 seconds left in this one. Cirilla chips it down in the near corner. Centering pass. It's bouncing. Backhand popped up. Loose puck grabbed there and thrown on net by Newcomb. Never made it that far. Cynical went down. Shot, score! Cynical was down on his knees. He almost looked injured. I think he thought he had the puck. It came back loose, and I believe Newcomb is the one that adds insult to injury. Tally the 9th goal of the night on a situation where Cynical was frankly just out of position.
And as you mentioned, Todd, we now go to a running clock, already less than 10 seconds left in the game, and it looks like they may just let this one run out.
At any moment, you reach an 8-goal lead in an MIAA-sanctioned hockey game, and at this case, 9-1. The clock begins to run. There it is. And that concludes this one rather anticlimactically. And
we'll see here on the replay, Todd. Cynical has the puck.
He didn't even believe it. He thought he had it.
There it goes.
It comes from off screen into the net. Well, that's the ball game. The final score here from the Wallace Civic Center. The Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders with a 9-1 victory over the Green Wave of Hudson Catholic. The Raiders will improve to 4-0-1 on the season. Hudson Catholic will fall to 0-4 on this early season.
And Todd, when you have a team that's 3-0-1 against a team that's 0-3, you kind of thought this one might be a mismatch, and that's the way it was. Fitchburg simply outclassed Hudson Catholic the entire way through.
Recapping shots on goal in the third period, John, not much there.
Not much. I had 5-4 Fitchburg.
5-4 Fitchburg for a 3-period total. Fitchburg 39, Hudson Catholic 20.
But as we've alluded to for the majority of the game, it's not so much about shots, it's about good shots. And Fitchburg got plenty of those. 9 goals, not much that Andre Cynical could do.
A combined shutout pitched by the 2 Red Raider goaltenders.
No, it wasn't. 9-1.
Oh, 9-1. Excuse me. I apologize. They shut out in 2 periods, actually.
They shut out
the
in
second
2
and
periods.
third period. They shut them out. The early goal for Hudson Catholic. Thank you, John. I was giving them a little too much credit. And just a skosh. Otherwise, they did, though, combine for a great effort in a long
It was a
goal.
very nice effort by the Fitchburg goaltenders. And even on that one Hudson Catholic goal, it was less a case of Hudson Catholic mounting a strong offense as it was a loose puck and sort of a fluke goal. If I was the head coach for Hudson Catholic, Tom Temple, my goal for this team is obviously I have to find some way to improve the offense, keep the puck in the other end of the goal.
And if you're Tom Temple, otherwise, at points where they had the action in the Raider zone, they hung around. They did make some good efforts. They scored a goal tonight. But, you know, right now, a young team with not many players, there's not a heck of a lot you can do against a team of the caliber of the Red Raiders, which has a lot of very talented athletes on the squad. Not much you can really do in the long run. That draws to the conclusion, Game 1 of the 17th season of Hockey Night in Fitchburg. Next week, January the 10th, we go to the college ranks. Fitchburg State College plays host to Westfield State College, a 7 o'clock puck drop. John, great working with you this week. We'll have you back with me next week.
Good working with you as always as well, Todd.
For all of us at FATV, John Gougherty, I'm Todd Robbins saying song, everybody, on Hockey Night in Fitchburg.